Is that your ladder over there?
No, that's actually my step ladder.
Oh.
I never knew my real ladder.
Boom boom. So good morning friends, with the sun in your eyes. Little adventure today. I always said I didn't want to modify this car because it's just so perfect. It's my 5-speed manual 928. There's just one thing. At some point the exhaust's been modified on this and it's way too quiet. There are no less than 4 hot dog silencers under the car that aren't standard, and they make this car much quieter than any other 928 I've ever been in. So what I'd like to do is put a bimodal exhaust on. One where I can push the button, have it nice and quiet, leave the house quietly, don't upset the neighbours, or give it that deep, sonorous bellow that 928s are meant to have, that this one doesn't have. It's just not quite there, you see. It needs to go down an octave. So let's see if we can fix that. I think Matt's the man for the job. So let's get him a coffee and a bacon and egg roll, and let's do it. Imagine if I'd sloshed the coffees on the carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's happened to your bench?
It's had a bit of a clean.
Is that just for me?
For
Did
the
you
bacon and egg rolls.
Right, so what have we got? Ham. Oh, it looks quite nicely made. Look at that. Little control unit, key fobs, wiring, and a sticker.
Where the tips are.
Yeah.
What I do is I'll grab my arm, actually grab the.
Because it's flush with the body is way up there.
Yeah.
So that's fine there.
So
It's
yeah.
perfect size.
Yeah, it actually is. And even see the width of the twin tips for our little cutout.
Yeah, yeah. You've done this before. This one's off as well. That's it.
Down.
Too easy.
9.75.
Okay. 9.75 kilos. Out with the old. 7.5. Okay.
7.5.
So 2.2 kilos. That's about the weight of the bacon egg rolls we just ate.
That's right.
So not a massive weight saving. A couple of kilos. Hurrah! Now just saying, when it comes to the electric 928, and this car is never going to be an electric 928, okay? This is perfect the way it is, right? I'm not allowed to do that. But when we do, this has to go, the fuel tank has to go, we need this space under here. But when they're gone, imagine how much space there is under there for your Tesla motor. Tesla differential there, Tesla motor actually behind it, sideways, heaps of room there. This is gone, this is gone. Important structural cross member remains the same. Cross member up here. We need to for mounting, so the Tesla motor will mount there, there, and on the side, up to the top. And we've got mounting points up here as well, which are really strong. So, a day or two, easy.
If that.
What are we going to do the rest of the afternoon?
Yeah, that's right. If you look through, you can see it actually comes out through here. If you look through that sort of tube, you can just see the hole.
Oh yes, I see.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah. Just see it
On the side there.
on the side. So
That's if you bypass around.
So,
That's
yeah.
in quiet mode.
Quiet mode,
And in
yeah.
noisy mode, the butterfly opens for a little motor there. And you're intrigued to know what it's going to sound like.
Yeah, it should be nice.
There's confidence when you get a couple of blokes together doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a crack.
Yep.
In a way you never would by yourself.
Yes.
That is actually perfect.
Yeah, it fits really well, doesn't it?
Ta-da! Mate, you couldn't ask for better access to a fuel pump. So we're going to angle it a little bit.
So yeah, give it a bit of angle. Yeah, it looks quite nice.
And that clears very nicely there.
Yeah, it does.
mate. That is just perfect. It just needs a little right angle and a hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the hanger's got a 928.
It says 928 on the hanger. And you can see in here through there, we've got plenty of room for that motor.
Yeah.
And
he gets plenty of cooling air around it.
Yeah, and the band clamp. So
easy job.
We'll make the bracket, and then you might go, I like it a bit more angle or a bit less, and that's almost directly above that, so which would work quite well.
Blending, this is not standard. This is normally there are 2 pipes that come straight into the back muffler on these early 928s, but somebody's made this up. That looks like a Commodore piece, doesn't it? That one?
Yeah.
You said something like that. So a bit makeshift.
Yep.
To go into the single. But anyway, so it's the only non-standard part of the car.
Yeah. Go 15.
Seriously? Boom!
Just like that.
Just like that.
Like that.
How thick is that steel? 5 mil?
That's 5 mil. Might be 6 actually. 5 or 6, so.
Just boom.
Just like that.
Just a hole.
No sparks, no heat. There's no burr, you know. It's safe.
Yeah. You don't want to put your finger in there.
No.
You don't even want to pretend when it's switched off.
Absolutely. So.
Certain things are scary. That's scary.
Put this here, down.
You got the muscles.
We can even weld a little lip so the rubber can't fall off. But we got heaps of meat there for 2 rubbers if we want.
Yeah, yeah. What colour are you going to make it?
I'm thinking like maybe a
rainbow coloured.
Maybe a duck egg sort of blue or duck egg green.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Ed, can I ask, what is that?
That is a Nissan Navara. It's, as I sat there and pulled everything off, it's laid around in a circle and it's getting a new engine. It's got to get a new crank, spun the bearings.
You're going to keep this workshop spotlessly clean? It's going to be like the McLaren pit garage, isn't it?
Wait till the end of the year. The end of the year.
One Nissan Navara motor. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Bit deeper. What do you reckon?
It's barking, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, now we're talking. That's what a 928 sounds like. How are you going to deal with the queue of 928 owners that are coming here to have this done?
You own them all, that's right. It'll be just you every day.
Oh, yeah.
Just working out roughly so we're not, you know, where.
Okay. Now, viewers, what you don't know is that I've bought another 928. Hello, every Monday, apparently. Yes, I've bought a basket case car, and it's beyond redemption. It's the kind of 928 that you could spend $40,000 on it and you'd have a $20,000 car at the end. It's the sort of car no one in their right mind is going to try and get back on the road because it's just too far gone. It hasn't been started in 20 years, hasn't moved in over 20 years. It was a partial conversion to a manual. I don't think it was ever finished. The whole clutch assembly and stuff is not done, and it's got vermin, it's not looking too good, and I found it through a friend and I bought it. And it was cheap, as you'd expect, but it's not a 928 that was ever going to get back on the road as it currently is. For 20 grand you can buy quite a nice 84 928. Look at this white one in Queensland, that's a good value. But this car, it's only going to end up as spare parts or scrap. So I've decided to save it with the help of the Electro Gusto people and Matt Murray. And we're going to rescue it. And this is a bit of a test exercise today to see how we go with a basic bit of, you know, welding and fabrication, because an electric 928 is going to take an awful lot of work. Nothing to do with this car. This car is always going to remain standard and beautiful. Notwithstanding the fact that the exhaust was already modified on this car. So as you can see, we're putting on something that looks factory, but will now give us the bimodal function.
If we have two like that,
Yep.
if the ends are bent,
Yep.
it can't, you know, it ramps up, can't slide off, but even crossed up slightly, it can't just
Can't
walk
slide off, yeah.
So these are get laser cut, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that takes a standard Commodore gasket, which is 104, which is what this is. So they sort of standardise.
And it's 62.5 or 63 inside diameter?
Correct. What I'll do is I'll weld a tube onto this, which is slightly larger than this, which will slide over. And then we'll get our, you know, we'll roll the muffler here, get it so it's level, and we'll tack it all, let it all hang by itself, check it's good, fully weld it, and it's done.
Gloves. You need gloves, buddy. Sharp and hot.
Sharp.
Bad combination.
Everything in here is sharp and hot.
Like you. That's what the chicks say.
I wish.
That Matt. He's sharp and he's hot. If you think Matt's hot, leave a comment. Only if you're female. Show us again.
So we can sort of get this over. It just gives us a few degrees of adjustment just to... Because this comes straight, we can't get a bend onto a bend to make it like a...
Yeah.
Like, you know...
Mandrel bend.
Like a mandrel bend. It's just...
Too tricky.
It's a couple of degrees and... You
That's
know,
okay.
Considering, you know...
I won't let the internet be too harsh on you
no,
here.
you know, so it'll work.
This is not a Pagani Zonda.
That's right.
That looks nice. Show me your handiwork there.
Yep.
Just tacked on for a start. More welding to come.
Yep. So we'll weld around this edge.
And it's been flared there, so it'll fit over.
Yep. So flared, so we can, you know, just tweak our angle, just so it's in the middle. Everything's nice. So it saves all that work, and really we're just adding a muffler. So.
Not your first radio cowboy.
No.
So even though... Are you a factory trained Porsche mechanic?
No, not at all.
Did you go to school?
Some days I wonder. Some days I do wonder.
Is that a metric or an imperial shifter?
This is a multi-purpose one.
Ah.
It's actually...
Whitworth. Nice work on the grommets there. Double grommet.
Yeah, we can keep
Wallace.
that there and we can give it a paint.
It's Wallace and grommet.
That's right. So nice and soft and easy to get, you know.
Nice, they can't come off.
Yeah.
Mate, that is beautiful. That's
So-
and a lovely height too.
Yeah, gives a good bit of gap, so.
Okay, that's a nice looking weld.
It's no TIG weld, you know, but it'll hold, look good, it'll tweak.
Perfect. Now we need 12 volts to run the control unit, and over here we have the standard fuel pump, very expensive. There's often a pre-pump in there, but somebody's sensibly removed it and just put a filter in instead, because they fail. The little impeller breaks off, plastic bits get in it when they get old, and they fail. So the fuel pump can be okay, or it can fail, and then little bits can come through and ruin the fuel pump as well. So they're a real pain in the bum, over-engineered. So thankfully it's gone, but we still have the 12 volt connections to run it, and that's probably the right way to pick up the voltage for the the control unit, because then they say don't permanently wire it to the 12 volt, just have it running when the engine's running or when the ignition's on.
Yeah, well this is good. It only works with the engine on that power, so not even ignition, which is good.
That'll do. Yeah, that looks good like that with this side up a little bit. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's good. That won't fold over because it's too big.
Okay, that's probably pressed in.
Right, let's try it. Trace is positive. First start up. Here we go. that's voltage there. So here we go, split tube to protect it so it can't short on anything when the cover goes back on. Out the top and round into a nice grommet into the bottom of the battery box. Okay, so what we're doing is we're putting the control unit in there. I will get some double-sided tape, mount that on the side, but it's well out of the way. What's more, it's completely sealed in there in the battery box, so there's absolutely no intrusion to the standard boot. That's it, we're done. Wiring safety hidden there, up and over the top, into the control unit, back out of the control unit, up and round, protected, cable tied around the top of the heat shield, and round back to the top of the muffler where it belongs. Back to the unit there, and that can't go anywhere, and it can't rub. The original double tips. Yeah, that looks excellent, mate. Perfect.
It's quiet, isn't it? In quiet mode.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Gee, it really knocks that sound out of it.
Window down. It's a bit hot in here. We actually have air conditioning in this car. A 928 with working air conditioning. It is fully quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Push button A.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Did that open up?
Yeah.
That's what a 928's meant to sound like.
That sounds great, doesn't it?
Not too loud. Cruising along, minding our own business. Go. Uh-oh, school zone, kiddies around. I don't want any trouble.
No, that's it.
Just keep it cruising. That's excellent. Great outcome.
Yeah.
So all up that muffler, I forget, was around $400.
Yep.
And if you were cruising on a long trip and you just said, I just want to hear the stereo a bit better,
Yeah.
just do that and actually takes the drone out completely.
Almost like there, you can't even hear it at all.
No, it's more wind and tyre noise, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's it. It's
Yep.
the actual car itself. It's a nice sounding motor, isn't it? When you,
They're a beautiful
you know, it
motor.
actually does sound.
Unlike the American, 350 Chev, which has got a real kind of American beat to it, there's a
Yeah.
real cultured smoothness to this car.
Yeah.
If you're not on the throttle, they just purr along so nicely. That's a really smooth V8. There's no blah 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 to it
Yeah.
at low revs. All right, Matt. So thank you very much. Very successful morning.
No
I thought it
worries.
might take the whole day, but
Yeah.
it didn't. Really good work. Love your work.
Yep, worked out good.
Nice quality job. Yep. Huzzah! Thanks, Matt. High five. Yeah.
No worries, done.
Thanks for watching. Little video today. That was fun. Matt Murray, Coir Works,
Well, we've
up here in Hornsby in Sydney.
welded it up, done.